So the executive summary for this project. So ProAthlete was founded in 2018 by Elise Drobin with a mission to prevent youth sport injuries by providing educational resources and injury prevention exercises. The goal is to basically position ProAthlete as a trusted leader in the youth sports injury prevention and drive long-term growth. The ProAthlete serves as a specialized platform for coaches, athletes, and parents to access injury prevention strategies for young athletes. Currently focused on basketball, the app offers sport-specific warm-up routines, strengthening exercises, and expert guidance to enhance performance and promote long-term athletic development. By equipping users with the right knowledge and tools, ProAthlete helps reduce the risk of common sport injuries and improve player performance. As ProAthlete prepares for the version 2 launch in fall 2025, the company aims to increase brand visibility, improve customer engagement, and drive app subscriptions. So the digital marketing strategy will focus on SEO and SEM to enhance search visibility and attract new users, social media marketing to engage with the community and build brand awareness, email campaigns to provide valuable injury prevention content, enhance user engagement, and build loyalty. And strategic partnerships with coaches, schools, and sport organizations to increase app subscriptions.
So moving on to the situation analysis, we did perform a SWOT analysis, so looking at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats related to ProAthlete. In regards to strengths, ProAthlete is a very unique platform as it focuses on youth injury prevention rather than solely performance enhancement. It uses credible expert content. It has diverse revenue because there's revenue coming in from e-commerce sales, app subscriptions, and B2B partnerships. There's also utilization of multiple digital platforms, including LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. And there's also updates being made to ProAthlete app based on customer feedback. So the company is listening to what their customers want. In terms of weaknesses, and this was also something we discussed with CEO Elise, current challenges facing ProAthlete include limited brand visibility, lack of leads and low conversion rates, and an educational gap from coaches and parents about injury prevention. Additionally, there is limited budget for marketing and advertising, as well as dependence on technology, because there needs to be updates to the app throughout the process. In terms of opportunities for growth, specifically, we're looking at expansion to multiple sports. So right now, ProAthlete is focused on basketball, but then that can be expanded to other sports. There could be influencer and athlete partnerships to increase brand recognition, as well as improvements to the e-commerce apparel brand in order to help grow the brand and include collaborations and potentially limited edition drops. Another thing is to increase B2B partnerships in order to increase contact, thus increasing revenue. In terms of threats to the company, well, there's economic restrictions, typically related to schools because they might have limited budgets to invest in an app such as ProAthlete. Hesitancy from coaches and parents to adopt a digital platform compared to traditional preventative methods that they may already be familiar with, as well as there's currently a very competitive market, as there are other more established sport injury prevention apps out there that have a wider brand recognition. So based on the SWOT analysis, the marketing problem that we kind of developed was how do we boost brand visibility and increase sales revenue prior to the release of version 2.0 of ProAthlete in fall 2025? And that is something that we will be discussing for the rest of this presentation.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm going to be diving into the customer profiles for ProAthlete. So I chose 3, and I'm going to be starting off with Jennifer King first. So Jennifer is a athletic director at a sport-focused high school. And what the customer profile really does is gives an overview of who ProAthlete's real audience is and really dives into the things that they like, who they are, their personality, all those types of things to really get a holistic idea of who the target audience is. So Jennifer, like I mentioned, is an athletic director. She's 49. She lives in Montreal because like ProAthlete's target location is in Quebec. Things that represent her character is she's a very encouraging individual. She's passionate and she's supportive, especially since she does work with students. That kind of gives an idea of the kind of person that Jennifer is. She's very organized and hardworking. In terms of her personality, she would be more on the extroverted side and an active person, especially since she does work within student athletics. So, some of Jennifer's goals are to be more involved with parents and coaches to provide athletes with holistic support. She also wants to be able to provide coaches with modern technology and resources to better support her athletes, and also build community involvement. And some of the frustrations that she currently has is struggling to be involved with parents and coaches to provide them innovative resources, and also provide coaches with modern technology. So, get the extra funding and that sort of stuff for the students. She has a little bit about her background is she has a BA in sports management, and now obviously, like I mentioned, works in a sport focused high school. Things that motivate Jen are she's not as motivated by fear or incentive, but she is motivated by achievement, growth, and also some social factors. Some brands that you could see Jen using are Nike, Costco, Hoka, Yeti. Some of those brands that are targeted toward athletes she shops at as well. And the main channel that you're going to see Jen being influenced by is referral. So obviously hearing word of mouth, people recommending products to her from others that she trusts. She's going to be more influenced from those efforts than something like traditional ads. The next customer profile that I've chosen is Susan Doyle. So, Susan is a parent of student athletes, specifically high school students. She not only is a mother, but she also is a working professional. So, she does both. She's a busy lady. She has kids and she's also working. So, she's 40. She works as a recruiter and she's also located in Quebec. This is where we would see ProAthlete targeting its targeted location at the moment. Some things that reflect Susan's character is that she's very organized, she's loyal, she's kind, and she's very supportive as well. Kind of reflects her being a supportive mother and really wanting the best for her children, especially in regards to their athletic goals. So she is an extroverted person and she is active, especially since she's raising student athletes as well. Some of Susan's goals are to ensure that her kids' basketball programs are setting them up for success. So she's kind of the liaison between her kids achieving their goals, and she wants to make sure that she's setting them up that way. She's also heard a little bit about student athletes getting injured, and she's concerned about her children getting injured, even though that they're in a sport. She's heard of other students getting hurt, and she doesn't want that for her children. And she also wants to make sure that her children are getting the best out of the athletic programs that she's paying for and funding for her kids. And some of her frustrations at the moment are she's nervous that her kids will get injured. She's paying a lot of money for their athletic programs, and she's seeing that they're not getting the most innovative resources. And she'd like to see that the money that she's putting into into their basketball programs, uh, they're getting the most out of it, and that these programs are being up to date with modern technology. So she's got two twin boys who are committed basketball players, and they really want to see themselves playing professionally. And she's doing everything she can, even though she's a working professional, has a career. She wants to best support her kids and make sure that they're getting the most out of they can of their programs. And when she's not doing all these things, working or supporting her children, driving them to basketball practice, she enjoys catching up with friends and also pursuing her own athletic interests and going to the gym. So some of the things that motivate Susan are fear and incentive. So obviously, as a mother, she's very worried and concerned about her children's well-being. So fear is going to be a driving factor for her, especially when making a decision towards something. She's not totally influenced by achievement or growth. If there's an incentive, she is all for that. Some brands that you might see Susan shopping at are things like Costco. She is a gym member, has a gym membership at Good Life Fitness. She shops at the Gap. She enjoys her Starbucks coffee. Brands like that Susan is shopping at. And her preferred channels are referral as well. What she's hearing from other parents, she's getting influenced that way. But she also does spend some time on social media and is influenced from online advertising. Lastly, but certainly not least, we have our student athlete themselves. So I have selected Lauren Scott to be our student athlete. And Lauren is a basketball player. She's been um, involved in basketball since she was very young, since she was 10 years old. And it's always been a dream of her to play professionally or play in college or university. So even though she's 17, she's striving for these big goals, especially in her sport. She lives in Quebec City. She's the eldest daughter in her family. And some things that reflect her character is she's athletic, she's driven, she's patient, and she's expressive. I think that really embodies a student athlete. They have to be driven to want to work towards their goals. She spends a lot of time playing basketball and trying to manage school while also making sure basketball is one of her number one focuses. Just a little bit about Lauren's personality. She is extroverted. She's outgoing. She's very involved with her teammates, and she has a lot of secure friendships with her teammates. Um, to move on to some of Lauren's goals, like I stated, she wants to play professionally in college or university, and she wants to prevent herself from getting injured on the court. She's seen teammates themselves get injured from the same sport that she loves and plays, and she doesn't want that for herself. And this kind of goes into some of her frustrations because she has seen her teammates get injured, and she's worried that if she gets injured, that's going to impact her future goals of wanting to play professionally or in college or university. And another one of her frustrations is trying to balance school with her basketball commitments. And to move on to some of Lauren's motivations, some of the main driving factors are social motivations, growth, achievement, fear, incentive. We can kind of see that there's some big ones here. She's fearful of getting injured. She wants to achieve her goals. There's also some social influence here because she's a part of a team and she has a lot of communication with her team members and also just other people in the basketball space. She can be influenced from social factors. Some brands that you would see Lauren shopping at are things like Lululemon, Foot Locker, Nike, some sport focused brands that also supply basketball shoes, that sort of stuff, and also Booster Juice. As a student athlete, she cares about having quick and convenience meals, but also healthy. And how Lauren would be influenced through certain channels would definitely be social media. She is an active user on social media, so she is influenced that way, and also from referrals.
In regards to the SMART goals and objectives, the two biggest goals that we had were increasing brand visibility and increasing sales revenue. So starting off with the increasing brand visibility, we had three objectives. The first was to improve search engine results ranking to the first page by September 2025 by means of SEO and SEM. And a rationale for that was that improving search engine rankings will enhance discoverability and drive organic traffic to ProAthlete's website. And higher ranking in search results will also increase credibility and trust with users, leading to higher engagement and conversion rates. Finally, by using those SEO and SEM strategies, the brand will be able to achieve long-term visibility and a competitive edge in the market. So our second objective there was to increase Facebook and Instagram followers by 20% by September 2025. And the rationale behind that was that a strong social media presence would promote brand recognition and trust. Increasing social media followers will help to reach a broader audience, improving engagement and conversions of followers into customers. Social media platforms would also help to build a community and create a space where ProAthlete could could interact with its potential customers and users. Our third objective for the goal of increasing brand visibility was to increase website traffic by 10% monthly by September 2020. And so, if in regards to this objective, the rationale was that a higher website traffic would lead to increased brand exposure, engagement, and potential conversions. With these tactics, the website would attract and retain visitors, reducing bounce rates and increasing sale opportunities. So moving on to the second goal of increasing sales revenue, we were looking to increase monthly revenue by 10%, obtaining 10 new app subscribers monthly by September 2025. And the whole point of that was that by focusing on lead conversions and subscriber acquisition, ProAthlete would be able to ensure a steady revenue growth. Enhancing the subscription process and improving targeted marketing strategies as well would make the sign-up process easier and more efficient by removing unnecessary steps, improving user experiences, and creating really a smooth transition from interest to purchase. For full details about KPIs, tactics, and measurement tools, those could all be found in the digital marketing plan. So, in regards to budget, following the discussion with CEO Elise, there wasn't really any budget that was provided for the digital marketing plan at ProAthlete. So, instead, we kind of came up with 3 budget options that we will be recommending to accommodate varying funding levels. So, starting with a small budget, so this is usually under $1,000. This is for prioritizing SEO and organic growth as well as social media content creation. A medium budget ranging from $1,000 to $5,000, which is targeting influencer partnerships and investing in targeted social media ads. And finally, a high budget, a little bit over $5,000, focusing on creating professional grade video and photo content and focusing on email marketing automation. So the ideas related to each of these budgets will be discussed as we go through our digital marketing plan.
So creative content. So for the content calendar, an overview of it, it basically organizes a detailed content schedule across social media and email, ensures timely, strategic, and consistent content delivery. It includes a mix of engaging formats to maximize audience reach. And basically, as you'll see in the next slide, the launch strategy for this specific project was to start the content calendar in August to build anticipation for the fall 2025 launch of ProAthlete version 2. Again, as you'll see, the content categories kind of vary, just kind of ideas to just kind of keep users engaged throughout the months and throughout the weeks. And those categories include weekly themes like Tip Tuesday, Workout Wednesday, Fun Fact Friday. Campaigns for this specific month, we included Train Smart and Train Hard, and a hashtag campaign, which is Share Your Routine. Just kind of build engagement and get people to sign up for emails as well. So interactive content includes polls, quizzes, Q&A, and challenges. Seasonal posts, specifically for this one, it's kind of like back to school prep, but obviously throughout the year you can do Christmas, Easter, Halloween, Thanksgiving, so holiday posts, and then any awareness or prevention days. Here's just an overview of what the August content calendar looks like. As you can see, the graphics kind of are what the kind of themes or what the topics are of this month. So for example, we have some graphics that are posts that regard to why subscribe to ProAthlete, kind of advertising what ProAthlete is to their users, trying to engage with users with campaigns such as the hashtag, share your routine, to build kind of challenges or to build community engagement. Or the Train Smart, Train Hard to get people to sign up for emails, to just kind of learn more and to also get coaches kind of more involved in the school prep coming in September. So basically this is an overview of what the August content calendar looks like.
So moving on to SEO, search engine optimization. Google is considered the dominant search engine for users, accounting for more than 92% of the search engine market in Canada. So appearing on the first page of Google search results, especially in the coveted top 3 spots, makes internet users more likely to trust your brand, visit your site, and convert. So we performed an evaluation of relevant keywords, which found that ProAthlete appeared in only 2 out of 6 Google search rankings. And the 2 searches where the business appeared were either direct searches, so someone actually looking for ProAthlete, or it was a branded search where the user searched for a related component associated with the business, so ProAthlete clothing, since ProAthlete has an apparel brand. So the two recommendations we have made is that we need to improve on-page SEO and off-page SEO. So on-page SEO is optimizing the web pages and their content for search engine and users, helping to rank higher in Google and drive more organic traffic. And the recommendations there were specifically keyword optimization. We performed our own keyword optimization search, so using a SEMrush keyword tool. Only 3 keywords: ProAthlete, 1 word, ProAthlete as 2 separate words, and basketball injury prevention app generated the highest amount of clicks from users to the websites. So based on that, ProAthlete can continue using a tool like SEMrush to optimize their keywords, and that can be incorporated naturally and strategically into the website's content to increase visibility in search engine result rankings. Another thing we mentioned here is meta description optimization. So the current meta description that ProAthlete uses is very short. It's not really unique. It doesn't give too much information about the business. So they can look to optimize their meta description, ensuring its uniqueness, descriptive, and relevant to the page itself, as well as in having included a call to action. So an example we put here on the screen, the one that we created was one that says prevent youth sport injuries and enhance performance with a ProAthlete app designed for basketball coaches and programs. Our expert design warm-ups and exercises keep athletes game ready. Download today. So the one that here has a call to action. It's clear about the services being offered by ProAthlete and is optimized for search engines. Another on-page SEO recommendation is to utilize internal linking structure, and that is to help distribute authority across the different website pages, allowing search engine bots to crawl and index the site's web pages more efficiently, thus improving the page's chances of ranking in the search engine ranking pages. So this process will also help boost user experience when navigating between the different web pages on the site. In regards to off-page SEO, we were looking specifically at increasing domain ranking because when we used Aira's backlink checker, and there's more information about this in the report, but ProAthlete possesses a very low domain ranking, meaning the website has very few and or low quality links redirecting users to their website. And so this low ranking means lower authority and website credibility, resulting in lower likelihood of ranking high in search engines. And so it is recommended for a ProAthlete to maybe partner with sport organizations and clubs that post blogs or mentions on their websites to help generate those high quality backlinks, thus improving search engine rankings. So moving on to the email and e-commerce marketing, specifically starting with email marketing. Currently, ProAthlete's email marketing is underutilized. So the business had previously utilized email marketing to keep their subscribers informed of potential basketball injuries and associated exercises to reduce their chances of occurring, but has since paused this initiative. So it would be very beneficial to relaunch this newsletter in order to leverage email marketing to engage with both existing and potential subscribers. With the relaunch of this newsletter, what we recommend is that ProAthlete can focus on including updates from the launch of their new version 2.0 app, showcasing its enhanced features. And to encourage conversions and increase leads, ProAthlete can better segment their email campaigns by different user groups, such as either existing app users and potential app users. To obtain leads, ProAthlete can maybe look at creating a pop-up form that appears once the website is accessed, encouraging users to provide their name and contact information to stay informed about the business. Now, to enhance interest in the launch of the new version of the app, ProAthlete should release teasers prior to its release to build audiences' excitement, followed by newsletters on certain features of the app to showcase specific changes made. Then a newsletter with potential offers, discounts when the app is released to encourage app subscriptions. thus increasing conversions and revenue. And finally, a post-launch email to obtain feedback from their subscribers. Now, in regards to e-commerce marketing, ProAthlete currently employs a B2C, business to customer approach, selling athletic apparel, t-shirts, long sleeves, and sweatshirts to individual customers. E-commerce provides businesses with the flexibility to target those niche markets. So this allows ProAthlete to leverage its online platforms and marketing strategies to reach specific customer segments, thus increasing sales. To improve their current e-commerce marketing strategies, we recommend that ProAthlete focus on utilizing social media promotions, email marketing, retargeting ads, and even consider creating an affiliate program with sports organizations to earn additional commission. Similarly, ProAthlete should optimize their e-commerce SEO by applying keyword optimization, expanding on their product descriptions, since they're extremely short right now, utilizing high-quality photos, and encouraging customer reviews. And to monitor all of this e-commerce marketing strategies that we just mentioned, we recommend using both Google Analytics tracking and customer feedback to receive any feedback to make the necessary changes going forward.
So for our strategic plan, we put together a 4-month timeline that leads up to the launch of the version 2.0 of ProAthlete in the fall. And the idea was to build a strong base first and then to slowly build momentum through content, partnerships, and promotion. So starting in May for month 1, the focus would be on website preparation, to do market and competitor research, keyword research, and to kind of start with page SEO and email subscription. We suggest running some early Google search ads to start building some visibility, and also to add a sign-up form on the website to start collecting those email leads. This would help set up the foundation before kind of pushing traffic or running bigger campaigns, which then eventually leads to month 2, June, where the focus is social media and engagement. This is to kind of plan out engaging content like polls, live videos, Q&As on different channels, Instagram, Facebook. And we also came up with a social ambassador program called Countdown to 2.0. So this would kind of get athletes and coaches involved in promoting the app, and it would be great for credibility and reach. Moving on to July, so this is month 3, the focus will be more on partnerships. And we suggest reaching out to schools at this point, youth sports leagues, and other groups to try to get more subscriptions to the app. And while this is happening, it would be important to keep in mind, SEO and SEM going strong so that the visibility for this for ProAthlete stays high. And it's also recommended that there's landing pages to support, B2B outreach so that other businesses can connect with ProAthlete and start using the app. Finally, this leads to the month before the release, August. This is all about building excitement for the app launch. We planned a full campaign using Google and Meta ads plus email and social content. We came up with a 2-week or 2 email ideas, a sneak peek at version 2.0 and one focused on off-season strength building. So the goal here is kind of to boost app subscriptions, start creating buzz for pro athletes, start getting people, hype and talking about the release. And ultimately, this whole strategic plan is designed to help ProAthlete grow its audience, drive subscriptions, and to build that long-term brand recognition heading into the version 2.0 release. So just to wrap everything up, this project gave us the chance to build and complete a digital marketing strategy for ProAthlete with a focus on helping the brand go ahead with their launch of the version 2.2 app in the fall. ProAthlete has a strong niche, injury prevention for young basketball players, but right now they're facing some key challenges like limited visibility, low lead conversions, and not enough awareness from coaches and parents. So that's where we decided to focus our strategy. Everything we recommended ties back to 2 main goals: brand awareness and increasing revenue sales before the new version of the app launches in the fall. We also created SMART goals with clear KPIs across SEO, social media, website traffic, and revenue so the team can track their progress and adjust it as needed. We also made sure to include flexible budget options so ProAthlete can scale their efforts based on what's realistic, whether that's organic growth, paid ads, or partnerships with some micro influencers. And finally, we came up with a creative campaign, ideas like a social ambassador program and expert led webinars, plus some strong email marketing strategies to build hype and to keep the audience engaged. So, all in all, this plan is designed to position ProAthlete as your go to resource for youth injury prevention and long term athletic development, while also helping the brand grow, connect, and convert in a meaningful way.